Hi, this is Tom Roy. I'm here with Jared Altic, and I'm at the conference for the ICPC. I serve as a special chaplain for the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension in Minnesota. Welcome to Hey Chaplain.
This is Don Higgins. I'm the senior chaplain with the Tracy Police Department in Tracy, California. You are listening to Hey Chaplain.
Welcome to the Daily ICPC. This is a limited podcast series from Hey Chaplain, which follows police chaplains Jared Altic and Jeremy Hockett to Spokane, Washington, to attend the annual training seminar of the ICPC, the International Conference of Police Chaplains. This series has provided a daily behind-the-scenes look at the convention, and this is the after-action review episode, the end of Season 2. Hello, Jeremy. How are you?
Hi, Jared. It's good to see you again, buddy.
It's good to see you, too. Been about a week at the time of this recording since we've been home.
Yeah.
And had some time to digest all of the wonderful things that happened in Spokane, and thought we'd catch people up on how things went. The last they heard in episode 5 was us saying goodbye as we arrived at the airport.
At the airport, yeah.
Now, what people don't know is that began the longest walk of my life, because we're like we got to the edge of the airport and Jeremy's like, get out. So Drew and I, we grab our bags and get out and look, and like, boy, I don't see Southwest Airlines here anywhere. But we did find Delta and United and Frontier and Alaska.
We'll see if you ever go back. If you ever go back, you already know where that's at. There's no guesswork, no surprises. Right?
We walked and we walked and we walked, and we finally get to Southwest, which is on the far other end of the airport. And we get there, and Drew stepped aside, maybe to use the restroom or something, but Drew stepped aside for a moment. And then I look up, and here comes Jeremy walking in the door, fresh, strolling in from the rental car place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you've got to be kidding.
I told my wife, I said, I felt really bad about that. I should have just let you guys go with me all the way back to rental return, because it would have been closer.
We could have returned the car with you. It'd been closer to our check-in.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Oh,
that's
well.
Funny.
Live and learn.
But we did get to see you there because you had some time to kill.
I did.
And so we actually did, a little behind the scenes here. We said goodbye, and then we spent like the next hour together.
Yeah, it's a good way to kill time in an airport when you got somebody to talk to. Yeah, and both flights, I sat next to people that didn't want to talk. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of enjoy visiting with people when I'm on a flight. But everybody now carries earbuds with them, and they just tune everybody else in the plane out with them. And
I had my first flight sat next to a lady that had been in some sort of bicycle race in Idaho and crashed. And she was injured. And so I was like helping her put her bag up in the overhead compartment and that kind of thing. She was banged up. I mean, skinned head to toe, bandages, really banged up. And then the second flight, I might have had the row to myself again.
Again?
Yeah. It was I
need to talk to your travel agent.
A lot of empty seats, and no one wants to sit next to me. So I don't know if I smell funny or what, but no, it's assigned seating. It's assigned seating now in Southwest. So no, there's just luck of the draw, I guess.
Yeah.
Nobody next to me.
No, I had full flights both ways and every plane. I don't think there was an empty seat any of the flights.
Yes, and for those scoring at home, our flights were pretty much on schedule and uneventful. There were terrible storms that day in Denver, but we got through it basically fine and went well, and we got home safely. It was a late night getting in that night, but we got home safe, and I assume you did too.
Yeah, got back into Wichita about 11:30, and my wife and my oldest daughter picked me up at the airport and got me home very quickly after that. So yeah, good trip home.
Coming home, it gave me some time to process some of my notes. Now, I am not an official representative for ICPC. But people interact with me a lot. And so sometimes I kind of felt for a while like I had must had like an invisible sign on my back that said, complaint department.
Right.
And so anything wrong with the hotel or like the room or whatever, I feel like people were coming to me and I'm like, I can't really help you. I guess I can introduce you to the person who might be able to help you. But I did take notes and I was like, okay, is there anything that the education committee could look at? If a class had to be canceled and replaced, or if an instructor had to be substituted for a different instructor, were any of those things that were preventable, or, why did that happen? And so I took quite a bit of notes on just the logistics of putting together a training conference.
Okay.
Hopefully, if I can contribute something significant, if I can say like, hey, I think I figured something out, or I think I'm seeing a pattern or whatever. I want to try to see that and diagnose it if I can. I don't know if that'll be of use to anyone or not, but
I'm guessing after you introduced your idea of having a firefighter show up to help us speed things up during the banquet, they might be listening to your ideas.
Yeah, that may have destroyed my credibility. I said I was coming up with solutions. I didn't say I was coming up with good solutions.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
As long as we recognize the difference there.
Yeah. And I know from helping with conventions and conferences from, 20 or 25 years ago, I was helping with stuff, working behind the scenes at big events like this. There's 1,000 things that can go wrong. And it takes quite a bit. If you attend a successful conference, there was probably a whole team of people working, burning the candle at both ends.
Guaranteed.
Working to make things
guaranteed.
Work for you. Yeah.
And they don't do it because they want recognition. They do what they do because they like helping people.
Well, and a lot of them are volunteers.
Absolutely.
A lot of them are not getting paid even. What I don't want to do is take all these observations and some of the complaints I collected and dump that back as a complainer.
Right.
And be like, you did 5 things wrong.
Yeah.
Well, they did 200 things right. And I don't want to be negative. But like I said, I'm trying to digest that and
process it a little bit.
What's it like for you after you get back from a conference?
Well, this year was really strange for me. Got home in good shape and everything. Saturday morning, it's like everywhere I went, people were pointing. People were coming up, wanting to shake my hand. They're like, you're the other guy on Hey Chaplain. And then I woke up.
All right. Okay.
And I had breakfast and I came to the office and,
Yeah. I was wondering, I'm like, where were you that you were running into people? Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. I don't get that. And I'm the main voice on Hey Chaplain. But yeah.
But no, seriously, and I think I mentioned this in one of the other episodes. When I go to these trainings, I expect, having been doing it this long, I expect some of the class material, it's a great refresher.
Right.
I'm always looking for something that's new and challenging and something I can dig into a little deeper. This year for me, that was a young man by the name of Ryan Ward. He came from a place called Relational Wisdom, and he had a couple of really good classes, and they offer stuff online where you can go and take classes. And I've already talked to my wife. We're planning on taking some of those classes together.
Oh, wow.
And just seeing what's out there and how it can help us. So.
Also, I'm looking for stuff because I take classes on chaplaincy all the time.
Yeah.
So not only am I looking for fresh perspectives, but I'm also looking for updated information.
Okay.
Again, from the education committee, I know for a fact that we're going to evaluate all of the basic classes, all the core classes that we do.
Okay.
But then we're already working on one of them because there's updated information.
Yeah.
And we don't want to teach something with the wrong data or outdated information. And we don't even want to teach something that's just using the lingo from 10 years ago. Or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get like buzzwords and concepts and whatever that this is how it's always taught. Well, sometimes that stuff is refreshed and we don't want to be lagging behind. And so that's a project that, will be on my plate coming up is looking at some of those and helping to, compare notes with other people on the education committee to try to keep those things updated.
That's great.
So looking ahead, we are going to have some offerings for ICPC members. If you're a member, even if you didn't attend Spokane, they have training available to them that is coming up every month that they can access. And so that's called the monthly chaplain enrichment trainings.
Yes.
And those are Zoom meetings, and we recruit a different ICPC instructor every month to teach a different topic every month. And you get credit. You get continuing education credit for it. It's 1 hour, 0.1, CEUs
right.
that you get credit for that could go toward your credentials and that kind of a thing. And so I'm hosting that training every month. And so you get to hear my voice and see my face in the Zoom meeting if ICPC members, participate in that. And I would like people to. We've had good groups the last few months.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe 60 or 70 people in a group. It's on a Thursday afternoon. We'd love to have people get into that because that'll be every month. We don't plan to take any months off. And so that'll be every month for the next year or so. We've got it lined up. And you've been in those, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Since they got those started back up this year, I've been to both of them. So
yeah, fantastic. And then next year, the annual training seminar is going to be in Iowa City. So it's going to be in Iowa. And that's right. I mean, that's pretty centrally located for almost everybody.
Yep.
And so I'm really hoping that a lot of people who felt like, Spokane is great as an idea, but it's so far away, I don't think I can get to it. I'm hoping there's people who can fly and drive and otherwise get to Iowa. And I'm also kind of optimistic that maybe it'll be very affordable. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
There's certainly some places that we could have the convention where it would be expensive to get to or expensive to stay at.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping it'll be, affordable.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to go? And
yep. As of right now, Jared, I am definitely planning on being there for that one. So, and it's close enough. I will drive that one. So
yeah, I'm going to try to drive it too. I'm hoping to bring my wife, and I'm hoping to bring multiple people. I would like to get all of our chaplains to go. Several have done ICPC things in the past, but I don't know if they've kept their membership up. I'd like to get them to go to another annual training seminar. I mean, it's just a week of really high-end training. I want them to have that.
Yeah.
And then I also want to try to get some of our officers to go and to start planning now, a year out. Let's start putting this on the schedule and get some people like a wellness officer, anybody that might be a chaplain coordinator in the future or something like that, because there's a credential that they can earn in 1 week. We have a liaison credential that ICPC offers. And so you can take all the basic chaplain classes, all those core classes, and then there's 4 more 90-minute classes that are called liaison classes. You have to apply to be a member, and then you take all those classes, and then you have, I think, 19 more hours, because that'd be 21 hours. So you need 40 hours total. And then you can apply for a chaplain liaison credential. Have that on your resume and use that as, hey, this is how I'm going to be on the wellness team, right? This is how I'm going to be the wellness coordinator for my agency or something like that. It'd be a good credential. We have people that take those and they're like, now I really understand what the chaplains do and how they operate or how they should operate.
Yeah. He's not just the guy that shows up at roll call with a box of donuts.
That's right. That's right. And so, well, I mean, I think a lot of people fake it. They've seen a chaplain. They have some vague ideas of what chaplains do or where they've witnessed chaplains working. Yeah. But they don't really understand, why does a chaplain do what they do and what, legal framework do they operate under and what are all the nuances? Most people don't know that. That's true. But if you took a week of courses on it, you'd be pretty well. You should
have a pretty good understanding by that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeremy, thank you so much. I appreciate you being my partner on this mini-series.
Thanks, Jared. I've thoroughly enjoyed working with you on this. I said earlier that I was going to be disappointed if you didn't ask me to help you again next year. You said Ward made the same comment last year, so me and Ward may just be taking over next year. I don't know.
I don't know. The last day I interviewed Deb Groh briefly, and I'm like, wow, she's good on a microphone. So
I was a little
there may be like a
about that,
three-way
too.
competition. Yeah.
I would probably have to just step back and let Deb have it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Jeremy.
Jared, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
So recently home from Spokane, Washington, this is Jared Altic with Jeremy Hockett, and this was the Daily ICPC from Hey Chaplain. And as always, let's pray for peace in our cities.
Amen.
So do you burn vacation time to go to these? Is your church look at it as this is, educational, this doesn't count against your vacation, or is it vacation time for you?
No, it's not vacation time. I get they're very gracious with me when it comes to stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and same for me. For me. They're very considerate. They don't mind, especially if I'm not missing a Sunday.
Yeah,
they don't mind. And even if I did, they're pretty generous with me.
Yeah,
but I know a lot of folks. It's difficult. They can only be out of town just so many days.
Yeah,
and that's a challenge.
No, I don't have that problem here. It's pretty good here.
How about with the chaplaincy, the sheriff's office? Able to cover things when you're out of town, and out of pocket.
Yeah. It doesn't stretch them at all for me to be gone. So,
sure.
I don't take calls like you do. So,
oh yeah. At the time of recording this, I've had 3 fatality accidents 3 nights in a row.
Yeah,
and I'm the chaplain on call. And so last night in particular, I was out from like 11 p.m. till about 3 in the morning.
Busy.
So yeah. Do you ever have a particular like travel snack that you go for? I mean, do you just eat whatever pretzel they hand you?
Honestly, this trip, I didn't even take any of the airline snacks at all.
Oh, really?
And I got home and I told my daughter that, and she was like, I can't believe you did that. She thought that was just weird.
Yeah. See, I've always been a snacker, but I don't care for pretzels and whatever weird little Hawaiian flavored pretzel thing they are doing on Southwest now. I have no interest in at all. And then but they do have graham crackers. Oh, and so occasionally, I don't know if it's time of day or what, but they'll occasionally give you a little package of graham crackers. So
okay,
well, I'll take that.
Yeah. I don't even know. I flew United, so I'm not even sure what they were offering.
Yeah, drink service. Do you get a soda?
Just water.
Just water, really?
Yeah. I don't like to drink caffeine after noon most of the time. So.
Oh, okay.
In fact, when we were at the banquet the other night, I don't know how Drew ended up, but we were drinking decaf coffee, I thought.
Oh, really?
But after the banquet, I did have significant trouble going to sleep. So I think they slipped me a full caffeine coffee, at least one of the cups I drank. But.
Well, I'm pretty sure that he does the same thing. I don't think he has caffeine in the past lunch.
Yeah.
And so I don't recall, but he was a good roommate. Man alive. He just talk about somebody that's courteous and is friendly, but also respects your space. And I'd room with him anytime.
Yeah,
it was very easy to room with Drew Ashwell.
Yeah. I enjoyed meeting him and spending some time with him. That was fun.
Well, I liked connecting with Adam Wooten from Hutchinson.
Yep,
that was good because we had dinner with him one night.
Yep,
that was good, and just the number of people that we were able to sit down and chat with, like Pam Neal and Jay Wayne Chasson, and just people like that. It's just a pleasure to hang out with them and get to know them better.
And the more times you go back to these, the more people look at you like, I'm pretty sure I know who you are, but and there's not usually a problem with somebody coming up and starting a conversation, so.
But I'm in danger because especially if I'm standing like at a Hey Chaplain table.
Oh yeah.
People come up and they'll be like, "Hey Jared," and I'm like, Hey. You.
Yeah, you have the voice that everybody recognizes, and you are required to remember their names.
Oh my. And that happens at church too. Somebody comes for Easter 2 years ago, and they spent an entire morning listening and watching you.
Yeah.
But they were in a crowd.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't remember
Yep.
so-and-so's second cousin's neighbor.
Yep. But
that
you
came
shook their
to
hand
Easter
on the way
2
out the
years
door.
ago. And then they'll run into me at Walmart and they're offended that I don't remember their name. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it's not humanly possible.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah.
Only so much capacity there.
Yeah. And I actually work on that, but man, I've made it a mission at church to try to be outside greeting people as they come in.
Yeah. And
as best I can, I'll call them by name and make sure I have that ingrained in there, try to put names and faces together because it doesn't come natural.
Yeah.
There are people who just get it. And I struggle with that, especially people's kids, because kids are so annoying in how they keep growing.
Yeah, right.
And so you think you got somebody's family figured out, and then you blink, and they've all grown a foot.
Yep.
And you lose track of which one's which. That's really difficult.
We had an instance here several years ago. We hired in a associate pastor in, and one of the men of the church took it upon himself to stand next to him as he was shaking hands with people going out the door and was purposely calling people the wrong name just so he would have a hard time remembering people.
No. What? Just being
ornery.
Yeah. Okay. God bless you. That's terrible.
So,
that's terrible. I feel desperate to try to learn people's names. And that is something I would suggest to the office. I think you mentioned it while we're up there. The name tags that we wear have a lot of information on the front.
Yep.
And I would love for someone's name to be in much bigger print than everything else.
Yeah.
Where you could really spot it from a distance.
As they're walking
versus having
you.
to, you go to shake their hand and then you have to lean over at the waist to look at their name tag.
Yeah.
I can't read fine print if I'm trying to be friendly and
I know.
desperately researching my memory banks to remember somebody's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are a few, you have classes with them multiple times and you strike up those conversations and it gets a little easier to remember.
And making connections, because I'm at a stage of my life where, part of me is very introverted, but part of me too, if I'm going to travel, man, I'd like to go have dinner with somebody I know.
Yeah.
I'd like to go, connect. Sure, I still want my time, just me and the wife on the beach or whatever by ourselves. But then I also would love to go, have lunch and meet up with somebody that I know in that city. And so I'm desiring that more and more at this stage of my life.
I get that. I feel the same way.
Well, we had that thing here just a while back. I was driving across Kansas and looking at a map. It's like, man, I can swing down through Emporia and it barely adds any time. Now, Emporia was still probably an hour and a half drive for you.
Hour and a half.
Probably. Yeah. Yep. So, Jeremy, I'll have lunch with you if you don't mind driving an hour and a half one way to get there. Yeah.
It was worth it. And one thing I'm really excited about, I don't remember if I told you this or not, but here in Wichita, we are in the process of combining our some of our wellness units.
Yeah.
And so
different agencies combining their wellness units.
Yes. They're working on a building right now to bring together the police department, the sheriff's office, fire department, EMS, dispatch, a couple of other agencies to bring us all under one roof as far as our wellness program. So we're going to have,
excellent.
Yeah, we're going to have all kinds of things changing here in the near future. So
like classroom space and maybe like office space?
Office space. Yeah. Classroom space. We'll have some of that. They're even telling us we're going to have our own gymnasium. So
really
workout equipment.
See, because that's a great way to casually catch people. If they're working out and they know, well, hey, the wellness coordinator and the chaplain and somebody else is just right down the hall there. If I wanted to intercept them, I could, or vice versa. That's fantastic. Versus, have the chaplain's office like right down the, right around the corner from the chief's office.
Yeah,
and no one's going down that hallway if they don't have to.
Exactly.